how to pay off a credit card with zero cash flow. I use my credit card to pay off my credit card. This is what I'm doing. I have a budget of $382.25 each week, and these are for my variables. So I have Starbucks, I have groceries, fuel, tobacco, and miscellaneous. I went through the 3 months of my bank statements and 3 months of my credit cards to see what my pattern of spending behavior was. And these are the categories that kept repeating over and over. And when I came up with the budget, it was based off of our pattern of behavior, what our income has been, and our average income, because we have a variable income each month. So, what I do is every day I go in and take a look at what we spent for this day. And I'm tracking 7 days at a time. And if I don't write it down and log it at the end of the day, then if a day or two goes by, I forget how much I spent and then I'll overspend every single time. So I write it down, and then at the end of the week, I will total up what I actually spent. So I know that my budget is 382.25 for my variables. And so if you take a look at this week, what I actually spent was 198.75. So that means I was $183.50 to the good. Now, if I was just looking at my normal budget and paying this the way I used to, I would have all of my fixed expenses and then I would have my variables on top of it. But with the velocity banking strategy, I use my credit card, which is a fixed expense of 305, and I put my variable expenses on that credit card, which satisfies that 305. So let me just demonstrate here. I have a balance of $4,240.03 currently on this card. If I make a payment of what my variable expenses are for the week, the credit card company doesn't care that I'm overpaying for the 382.25. They don't care if I turn around the next minute after I made that payment and put something else on it. As long as they get their 305 this month, they're golden. So I go ahead and make a $382.25 payment on the card for the week. And then as the week progresses, I can spend up to that 382.25. I don't go over it. That is not the idea. I need to stay within that budget. So if I make the payment and then I spend to that 382.25, I'm right back where I started. But the problem is I have interest of 29.99%, and currently it's somewhere around $101 for this card. So if that interest gets added to my balance goes up, my payment goes up, my interest rate is killing me. So I don't want to do that. So what I do is I take a look at my balance, I make the payment of 382.25, and my goal is to be below budget, and that way I can have whatever surplus money there is, it'll go towards the interest, and it'll also go to pay down my balance. So if you look at this week, I was $183.50 below my budget. So if I took that for 4 weeks for the whole month, now granted, this is going to vary. Sometimes I'm going to be closer to 382 number, sometimes I'm going to be less. But if I just just for the sake that the number is there and we're working with it, if I took the 183.50 and I multiplied that by 4 weeks, it's $734. And if I took 101 out of that, because that's the interest, then that's $633 that I just effortlessly brought my balance down on my credit card, which then brings my interest payment down for the next week. And then, if this is where it gets really cool. So what this means is if I take a look at my month at a glance sheet, my big picture, if I use my credit card, my number one credit card, the one with the highest interest, and I put my variable expenses on there each week. With that first week, I have met the obligation for that credit card payment on the third. So that credit card payment is due, it's $305. But because I'm putting my variable expenses on there, that 305 is gone. It's wiped out. So now if I'm struggling that week and I don't have the extra $305, I'm still good because I have already met the obligation. But if I do have extra 305 and I can apply it towards a credit card, then I'm able to pay down the balance even faster because now the entire $305 payment, which is a 29.99% interest card, that entire 305 would be going towards my principal and not my interest. So it pays off the debt really quickly. It allows me to rack up the rewards points, and it also reduces my fixed expenses. So I go from a monthly fixed expense of 36.32 to instantly reducing that to 33.27 just by using the velocity banking strategy. I hope that makes more sense. And if you have any questions, please post in the comment below.